Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a hot topic that's been popping up more and more. Aluminum foil and other aluminum products in our kitchens. Are they safe? Is aluminum leaching into our food and posing a health risk? That's exactly what we're going to investigate. We'll dig into the history, the science, and the facts to help you form your own informed opinion. So, grab a snack, maybe not wrapped in foil just yet, and let's get started. To understand our relationship with aluminum foil, let's take a trip back in time. Believe it or not, aluminum isn't a new kid on the block. Aluminum is actually the most abundant metallic element in the Earth's crust. However, extracting it in a usable form was a major challenge for a long time. Scientists first isolate aluminum, but it's incredibly expensive, more valuable than gold. The development of the Hall-Héroult process makes aluminum production commercially viable and significantly cheaper. Aluminum starts to find industrial applications, including in packaging. The first aluminum foil is produced for commercial use, initially as a replacement for tin foil, which ironically contained lead. It quickly gained popularity for its malleability and barrier properties. Aluminum foil becomes a staple in households worldwide, used for everything from wrapping leftovers to lining baking sheets. So from a precious metal to a kitchen essential, aluminum has quite the history. But how did it become such a common part of our food preparation? Take a look around your kitchen. Chances are you have more aluminum products than you think. Let's break down the common forms we use for food. Aluminum foil, the most recognizable. Available in various thicknesses and sometimes coated on one side. We use it for wrapping, covering, and lining. Aluminum baking pans and sheets. From cookie sheets to roasting pans, aluminum is a popular choice due to its excellent heat conductivity. Aluminum cookware. While less prevalent than in the past, some older or specialized cookware might be made of aluminum. Often these are anodized to create a less reactive surface. Aluminum beverage cans. While the inside is typically lined with a polymer to prevent direct contact with the aluminum, the can itself is primarily aluminum. Aluminum food containers, disposable. Used for takeout and storing leftovers. We rely on these products for their convenience and effectiveness. But what kind of foods are we typically putting in contact with them? Think about your daily routine. What foods do you typically use aluminum products with? Foods cooked in foil. Vegetables. Grilled or baked. Fish and poultry. Often in foil packets. Potatoes. Baked goods. In lining pans. Food stored in foil or aluminum containers. Leftovers of all kinds. Sandwiches and wraps. Baked goods. And how exactly are we using these products? Let's look at the common methods. The way we use aluminum can potentially influence the amount of aluminum that might interact with our food. Common methods include wrapping, simply enclosing food in aluminum foil for storage. Covering, placing foil over a dish during cooking or storage. Lining, using foil to line baking pans or grill grates. Foil packets, enclosing food tightly in foil and cooking it in the oven or on the grill. Direct contact during cooking. Placing food directly on an aluminum pan or sheet. Storing hot or cold foods. Using aluminum containers for both warm and chilled leftovers. Now this brings us to the crucial question. With all this contact, is aluminum actually leaching into our food, and if so, is it a cause for concern? Let's dive into the research. This is where we separate fact from fiction. Numerous studies have investigated the potential for aluminum to migrate from foil and cookware into food. Here's what the scientific consensus generally indicates. Yes, aluminum can leach into food. The amount depends on several factors. Temperature. Higher temperatures during cooking tend to increase leaching. Acidity. Acidic foods like tomatoes, citrus fruits, and vinegar-based marinades, and highly salty foods can promote more leaching. Contact time. Longer contact times, especially with acidic or salty foods, can lead to higher levels of aluminum in the food. Scratching or damage. Scratched or damaged aluminum surfaces can release more aluminum. The amount of leaching is generally low. Most studies suggest that the levels of aluminum that migrate into food from typical use of foil and cookware are usually well below the safety limits established by organizations like the World Health Organization and the European Food Safety Authority. These organizations have set tolerable weekly intakes for aluminum. Our primary exposure to aluminum comes from other sources. These include naturally occurring aluminum in water and some foods, as well as food additives and certain medications. The contribution from aluminum foil and cookware is often considered relatively minor compared to these other sources. The human body has mechanisms to excrete small amounts of aluminum. Healthy kidneys can effectively filter and remove aluminum from the body. So while aluminum can leach into our food, the scientific evidence suggests that for most healthy individuals, the levels are generally not considered a significant health risk when using aluminum foil and cookware in typical ways. While the overall risk might be low for most, there are some situations where caution might be warranted. Cooking highly acidic or salty foods in aluminum foil or uncoated aluminum cookware for extended periods or at high temperatures. Consider using alternatives like glass, ceramic, or stainless steel in these cases. Individuals with kidney disease. People with impaired kidney function may have difficulty filtering aluminum and should be mindful of their overall aluminum intake from all sources. It's always best for them to consult with their doctor. Damaged or heavily scratched aluminum cookware. It's advisable to replace these items as they may release more aluminum. Long-term storage of highly acidic or salty foods in aluminum foil or containers. Opt for other storage solutions for these types of foods. To minimize potential aluminum intake from these sources, here are some best practices you can follow. Use aluminum foil and cookware as intended for general cooking and storage. Avoid cooking highly acidic or salty foods in direct contact with aluminum for prolonged periods or at high heat. Use alternatives when possible. If you do cook acidic foods in aluminum, do it for shorter durations. Don't store highly acidic or salty leftovers in aluminum foil or containers for extended periods. Use glass, ceramic, or stainless steel containers for storing these types of foods. Inspect your aluminum cookware and discard items that are heavily scratched or damaged. Consider using parchment paper as a barrier when baking or grilling certain foods. So, after diving into the history, the science, and the best practices, what's the final verdict? Based on the current body of research, the typical use of aluminum foil and cookware for food preparation and storage is generally considered safe for healthy individuals. While aluminum can leach into food, the levels are usually low and within safety guidelines. However, it's important to be mindful of certain factors like temperature, acidity, and contact time. By adopting some simple best practices, you can further minimize any potential aluminum intake from these sources. Ultimately, the decision of how you choose to use aluminum products in your kitchen is a personal one. We've provided you with the information based on available research, and we encourage you to continue exploring and learning more to make informed choices for yourself and your family. The information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Scientific research is ongoing and findings may evolve over time. Consult with a healthcare professional for any health concerns and always conduct your own research to reach your own informed opinions. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on using aluminum foil in products? Will you change your habits based on what you've heard? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth explorations of everyday topics and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Share this video with anyone you think might find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.